So you have this beautiful view of the Hudson River. It's a perfect place for a beautiful home. We sit almost 500 feet above sea level.
That beautiful mansion, set on a 250-acre estate high above the Hudson River in Pocantico Hills, is called Kykuit. It comes from the Dutch word meaning lookout. The iconic villa has been home to 4 generations of the Rockefeller family, beginning with John D. Rockefeller Sr. He's the industrial tycoon and founder of Standard Oil.
He was spending a lot of time in the city and thought this would be a beautiful place where he could bring his family to get away from the trials of work. They used to say that up and down this Hudson you couldn't throw a nickel without hitting a millionaire.
The landmark estate, used as a spring, fall, and Christmas retreat for the wealthy Rockefeller family, was built in 2 stages.
One completion was in 1909. Then as John Davison Rockefeller Sr. and his wife moved in, they found out there were a lot of structural problems with the home. So they move out 2 years later. They get Ogden Codman, the interior designer, William Wells Bosworth, the landscape architect, and together they not only fixed the problems, they changed the whole facade of the house, much more classic than the original home.
By 1913, the building was transformed into a 4-story, 40-room Beaux-Art gem.
This is the first room that you come into the house that's most informal, that this is where their family spent most of their time.
Take a look up and you'll see the music room's most unique feature. The oculus, or eye, was not in the original plans of the house, but designer Ogden Codman convinced a cost-conscious Rockefeller Sr. to put it in.
He wants to open up the ceiling and enclose the doors so that when you close the doors and play the music, it's going to filter up to all the rooms on the 2nd floor.
There was lots of music, but nowhere to dance. That's because John D. Rockefeller Sr. was a devout Baptist.
No grand ballrooms because being a Baptist, no drinking, no dancing, no need for a grand ballroom.
What is the first thing a visitor say when they walk in?
It's small.
At roughly 36,000 square feet, Kykuit is considered small. That's compared to lavish mansions built by other wealthy families like the Vanderbilts.
Wasn't like a Vanderbilt. They spent their money carelessly, so he thought. So this was going to be a very simple home, and particularly in this room, really understated elegance.
That understated elegance seen in every room throughout Kykuit. From Rockefeller Sr.'s library, flanked with portraits of Presidents Abraham Lincoln and George Washington.
If that table could talk, it would have a lot of stories.
To the formal dining room, which entertained dignitaries from around the world.
Henry Kissinger was often a repeat guest at this home. We've had the Reagans and the Fords have dined. We've even had Frank Sinatra and Onassis family here.
No tour inside Kykuit would be complete without a look at the exquisite art collection. Each generation contributed and left their own mark. None more so than Nelson Rockefeller, a passionate art lover and collector.
These are Picassos on the wall as you come down the stairs. They were placed here by Nelson.
In the 60s and 70s, Nelson Rockefeller created a basement gallery filled with modern art. The collection includes everything from Picasso tapestries to Andy Warhol portraits. Nelson's passion for art also seen outside on the beautiful landscape grounds of Kykuit. A 30-foot-high fountain of Oceanus, king of the river gods, commands the front court. Lush gardens with fountains are filled with meticulously placed sculptures.
Nelson comes in and with his sculpture, he really makes this a living garden by adding all his sculpture throughout these beautiful garden areas.
Bequeathed in Nelson Rockefeller's will to the National Trust for Historic Preservation, tourists now come to visit the elegant estate generations of Rockefellers once called home.
Nelson Rockefeller's legacy was to leave this estate to the people so they can enjoy what he had enjoyed over the years.
Michelle Brown, News 12.
It is absolutely beautiful.